All right. Good morning, friends, and welcome back. We are going to be discussing the week that has been last 1 week, the first week of January 2023, how it has been for all of us, how the markets have moved, how the markets have reacted to news, and we'll try and see what we can, probable moves we can see in the forthcoming week, that is the second week of January 2023, right? So with that, welcome once again. As we normally do, we will start off with the Dow Jones Industrial Averages, weekly chart, daily chart, look at NASDAQ, weekly, daily, and look at TSX, weekly, daily, before we can take up any of your queries on stocks. So keep your queries ready and let's start off. The weekly chart on Dow Jones is very clearly talking about a sideways movement. The weekly chart is talking about sideways movement. Last 4 weeks, moving in a very, very narrow range of about 33,500 to 32,700. This movement. Just on Friday, it gave you a slight breakout with a large range movement within a single day. If you look at the weekly chart, it tells you it moved approximately about 2.13% in 1 week. But if you look at the daily chart, actually it moved only on the last day. The last day it moved this amount, or possibly 2.13 is what they're talking about, the day chart, even on the weekly chart. Right? Now, coming back to the week chart, this tells you a clear low has been made, and for the last 3 weeks, you are now moving towards higher highs and higher lows. And the last week candle is clearly a bullish engulfing candle for the previous week of December, last week of December. However, on a weekly chart, be very careful. Your other indicators have not yet given it a crossover. Your MACD is not yet crossed over, hasn't given you a positive crossover, though it is above the zero line. The CCI has flattened and decided to slightly curve up. The stochastic has just given you a crossover thanks to Friday movement. So you are still not out of the woods. We will be in a bullish trend once 34,000 is crossed or broken out in a positive direction on a conclusive closing basis. I repeat, 34,000 has to get broken, which is the super trend levels over here, 34,070. That has to get broken on a conclusive basis. 34,070, 34,150. Minute this is broken, your upside targets will immediately open minute 3470, 34,100 is broken. Target to 5,100, 35 immediately. You can always take up call options for long runs for the targets of 35,000 and 36,000 respectively, right? Else, if this market reverses from the super trend level, which should be at a height of 34,150, or 34,200, it could go up, give you a false breakout, and then reverse and come down. So that will be a critical phase to watch out for on a weekly chart basis. So I'm talking about daily conclusive basis. It should close above 34,075 or 34,130 for the Dow Jones, for the market to really break out and take a target of 35,000 and 36,000 respectively. But it will be long targets because we are looking at weekly charts. So look at targets achievement possibly by January end or later, because these are week charts. So week charts means it will at least take about 6 to 10 weeks before these targets can be achieved. If the breakout happens, take you 6 to 10 weeks for these targets, right? So remember 35,000, 36,000. Now on the day chart, what is it talking about? Look at this box, and it's a clean breakout of the box. Which this box is what something which, if I'm not mistaken, Tahir teaches wonderfully well. And this is the box, the breakout box talking about. It's given you a clear, oh, where is it gone back? It's given you a clear breakout of this box. Clear breakout. And it happened only on Friday. And if I remember very well, last week we were talking about this box movement and a breakout happening. Now on the breakout, what has he done? They have taken out 20 moving average, the wind Bollinger Band. They are almost touching 34 moving average also. Right? They're touching both. 34, 20 has clearly been taken out and he's touching 34. On the contrary, he's crossed 34 also. At the same time, look at your 8 moving average curving up, wanting to cross 34. Now, in one candle, they have taken all 3 moving averages. 8 below, 20 here, 34 here. And this crossover can be expected to continue clearly on Monday. Where did the crossover happen? Very close to the zero line on the MACD. The MACD has given you a clear crossover as of Friday. CCI has given you a very clean uptick of an angle of 60. Stochastic gave you a crossover somewhere over here. So expect follow-up movement on Dow Jones to take it further up. Again, look at a super trend levels, 34,150. Exactly where we were talking about in the weekly support also as 34.75, 34,130. If 34,150 gets broken, breached from below in a conclusive closing basis, your above targets, which I've already spoken to you of earlier, of 35,000 and 36,000 are round the clock. Why am I expecting this to be in a very, very strong movement? Because this crossover has happened near the zero line of the MACD. Very close to the zero line. And if this crossover is happening here, that means there will be a huge sudden spike movement going all across. Yeah. Let's now check out TSX. TSX is something similar to Dow Jones. Very similar to Dow Jones. The only difference is the crossovers are not yet done. The 8 is at the highest point, but 2034 crossover has been done. Right? Number one. Number two, MACD is above the zero line and the crossover has just about to come in. Above the zero line. So like that, including Dow Jones, your TSX will also give you a huge bump up. But here, your level to watch will not be this level of 20,150, but will be 20,500. If that breaks out, this height over here gets taken out at 20,640. Then your upper targets are clear 21,600. On the day chart, you will see the same thing, exactly the same thing happening as in Dow. Look how close they are towards the super trend breakout. If this breakout happens, straight, you will be closing this gap. This gap will get closed and you are looking for target of 20,300 or 20,350 from here. Second target, 20,500. And in the day chart, the again box breakout, crossover, CCI is in a very strong bullish mode and stochastic has given you a clear direction with the gap now starting to widen. With the gap now starting to widen. Right? So we finished Dow, we finished TSX. Now look at the bad boy of the market. The weekly super trend is still bearish but turning flat, falling and again turning flat. Nasdaq, Nasdaq is trying to catch up with Dow Jones. The tech composite index or the Nasdaq, which is primarily technology driven, is looking weaker than the broader markets. Look at MACD crossover on the weekly chart, not yet done, but working towards it. Right? Look at stochastic, not yet done, working towards it. CCI is the only one which has curved up and preempting or forcing these two to give you a crossover. Now here, the first resistance is at this level, 11,450. That's still approximately about 900 or 1,000 points away. But weekly support has been taken at 10,172. If I remember very well, we had told you very clearly 10,100, 10,150 is your buying zone with a stop loss of 10,075, 10,050. We had told you this long ago. If you look at this here, 10,200 low was made and it has moved up. Here also 10,265 and moved up. So now, if you get it at a dip, you'll be lucky, though I don't expect it to dip further. I expect the momentum to now take it up. First targets 11,400, 11,500. Thereafter, small target 11,750, but main target 12,000 over here, 12,100. Weekly chart. So look at levels being touched either late January or mid-February around that time. These targets should be met. Coming back to the day chart, anybody has any queries, please unmute and ask me immediately. Coming back to the day chart, also super trend is bearish, red colored, but the last candle is bullish engulfing. So expect an uptrend. In the day chart, the MACD crossover has happened. Histograms are already positive. CCI has moved up after a dip because of the movement seen on Friday. Stochastic gave you the same crossover because of the movement on Friday. Now this movement has to continue up to this level of 10,840, 850. Another 300 points away. Once this closes on a closing basis, breaches this in a positive break, gives you a positive breakout above 10,850 on a closive strength based upper targets, this gap will require to get filled in. This gap will be required to get filled in, and your first target should be somewhere over here, 11,272, and thereafter at this level of 11,500. Right? Of the three, Nasdaq looking weakest because even on the week chart, it is showing a bearish super trend, whereas Dow Jones on a week chart is giving you a bullish super trend. Right? On the day chart, is giving you a bearish super trend, Dow Jones, but that is about to break. That is on the verge of a breakout. That's 34,114. You're already at 33,630. We're talking about 500 points away, and this should break out. If this breaks out, of course, this is the first target, 34,500. Or as I've just told you, 34,500, 35,000 and 36,000 are your three targets on this chart. This is a day chart. So this target you can look for by about in the next 10 trading days. 10 trading days subject to 34,150 being breached on a closing basis. Right? So all three stocks analyzed. Let's now pick up SPY and TQQ. SPY like Nasdaq, giving you a breakout. The last hammer is a hammer, candle is a hammer on a weekly chart with a downside price rejection. So clearly 408 is a target to be looked, which was the earlier rejection levels. So you could look to trade from 388 to 408 first level. The first target is 408, where you will close 50% of your position if you're trading SPY. If you're buying it today or buying it on Monday, your stop loss for the same is approximately 375. You're buying it at 388, take a $13 stop loss. Your target is clear 410, 48, 49. At this point, liquidate 50%. If it breaks out, your next target is 430, 427. That's over here. 427, 431. So between these two, about 429 is your next target, where you should liquidate the balance completely and take a fresh entry if this level gets broken out. Here, so SPY done. This is on a weekly chart. Check this on a day chart and you will realize the same thing. 395 or 400 is what we had told you. That is over here. This gap to get filled in, exactly like Nasdaq, 400 to get filled in, and then 410. And then you are in a clear uptrend market because your super trend has changed. Your indicators are identical to Nasdaq. Almost all of them are talking identical language. Clear? You want me to take up QQQ? will again be like nasdaq. See that? Your QQQ is identical to nasdaq. What you could do is, if you are buying, you can buy a TQQ for a very short duration. Right? Currently at 17.64, very short duration, a very straight up target of 1954. A $2 target from where you currently you are on a day chart. Sell TQQ over there, wait for a breakout to happen at 1975 or 20, buy for a target of 2350, 2324. But after it breaks out on a day chart. So if you see TQQ at 1950 or 1970, around 3 p.m. of any day, you can buy it for a target of 23, 2350, 24. But again, don't let the decay affect your trading. So you buy an option or whatever you want, or 2 weeks, 3 weeks away. Because that will grow fast without decay. It will help you to grow and it will give you a good buffer. Stop loss on this case, on the spot TQQ, stop loss is 16 only. Currently at 1764, you're taking $1.50 as a stop loss. So stop loss is 16. First target, 1954 or 1955. Book some profits. Next target, 2350, 24. Right? Any questions so far? Any questions, guys?
So how about entering TQQ at the start of market on Monday or Tuesday?
Well, as I just told you, you could enter TQQ at the start of the market also. Because currently at 1764, your stop loss is very clearly $16. So $1.64 or $1.65 is the stop loss. Or keep an order fed into your system of approximately $16. The low was 1628 on Thursday. The low here is 1610, which is why I'm keeping $16 as my stop loss. And trade it up. But trade up with very clear idea. At the super trend level of 1955, 1965, you will at least close 50% of your trade. At 1955, close 50% of your trade, wait for a breakout, and then carry the balance. If it reverses from here and falls back, close everything by trailing your stop losses. So if it touches 1950, your stop loss should be at $18 or $18.20. So even if you close at $18.20, you will still make approximately about $1.20 on per quantity taken. Most important, it's a green candle with a green volume bar, and volume is slightly higher than this average, or at least at the average volume is being maintained. 232 million is a good volume for TQQ to be maintained. Your low has been identified as 16. That will work as your stop loss. 1610 here on 28th of December. 17 over here 1685 here and 1632 here. So 1610 was the recent low which has not been breached. So which is why my stop loss on TQQ is at 16. This is the day chart. Look at the weekly chart and the same levels will be clearly be seen. 1610 here, the last week of December, and nothing before that. So if 1610 breaks, of course, then you're looking at, which I don't expect it to break that easily, but if it breaks, I'm looking at 1260 or even 9, which I'm not expecting to break at all. To be honest, I'm not expecting it to go back to the levels it did in March 2020. I'm not expecting that level to come in at all as of right now. Whatever the world may say, I am not expecting that to happen. The world may talk about recession, the world may talk about a lot of things. I am not expecting that to happen. Right? Because I wonder if somebody, I was actually watching a video or an interview and they were talking about a lot of things. I was concurring with what he was saying, and I also don't expect a recession to hit the world markets yet. No. There will be turmoil in the market, but as I told you about 3 weeks back, 2023 is going to be a very great year for global markets, for the stock markets at least. So you have to buy at the right time and look for an opportunity of entering when the fear is the most. And fear at this point in time is most. We are expecting 10 more Fed meets in 2023. I was discussing it on the other platforms. I am expecting at least 4 more rate hikes, 2 rate hikes of 50 points, 50 basis points, 2 rate hikes, possibly one could be 35 basis points, other could be 25 basis points, or the last 2 could be 25 basis points before they start dropping and tapering down your rate hikes. So at least 4 more rate hikes are on the card. But the fear will be most when the first and the second rate hike of 50 basis point is going to be introduced to the market. So that should come around March, April. That is when the fear will be maximum. But the markets will rebound before that. Number 1. Number 2, if I can talk about it very clearly, you will realize there are elections in the US in 2024. So markets will be volatile in the US markets, but Canadian markets will have to decouple themselves away from that activity. Still, it will be volatile, it will be dirty elections. There will be a lot of mud slinging across in the elections. It will be dirty, but the markets will still be buoyant. That's my prediction for you right now in Jan 2023. I am not predicting what the election will be all about. I can only talk about what is going to happen in the world market later. Yeah? All right. Any stock queries now?
Sir, before we get into stock queries, given that we see that this is a year of probably fear coming in, and the market's expected to do well, would it be a good idea to probably accumulate a bit of TQQ across the year at any opportunities, like the one that just went by where it came down to 1610? So
Yeah.
just keeping accumulating for probably when I say long term, maybe about a year or 14 months.
Yes, you could.
And
We could at 16 or anything around that time. You know your stop losses.
Mhm.
The stop loss of 1610 has been maintained. So you know your stop loss, you know your risk appetite. You could always accumulate TQQ for future activities.
fair enough.
But it has to go up. At TQQ at 16, the low of 12.5 or 12.4 and then 9.10. So you really can't fall that low. It went down to 9.10 in March 2020 because of the COVID. At this point of time, I'm not expecting anything that drastic lockdown to happen in the globe. Yes, there is Ukraine war coming in. There is tension on the China border. But these are temporary blips in the global economy. The corporates are already in the process of readjusting themselves. And if that the corporates are in the process of readjusting, that means they are already planning a second line of action. Now, Ukraine can't go on for long, very long now. Very shortly, you will find a resolution to the Ukraine. At least the skirmishes on the border, the attacks to each other will fall down because both parties are now exhausted. So even if you get one positive news, your markets will suddenly shoot up about 3 or 4%. And then at that point of time, you will be left not holding anything. So Gaurav, to your question, yes, you could accumulate TQQ now at 17 because you are at an edge. You have seen a weekly reversal at 16.10. So you could always accumulate at 17. Even if it goes down to 15, it will bounce back. Though I don't expect it to break that easily. It was a weekly support taken at 16.10. So I don't expect it to break very fast. So at 17, 16, 17, I could be a good buyer of TQQ for long term. Holding it for over a year or so, you never know.
Right.
Something bought at 17 could be sold at 55, 56 also a year down the line. Right? So
Exactly my point, sir.
that is the way one has to trade. That is exactly what I mean when I say trading on the edge with the edge. You're trading on the edge. You're practically not keeping any stop losses. If I'm buying it at 16.75 or 16.50 or $17, I will never keep a stop loss. I'll hold it. No worries. Let me see how much you want to test me. I'll hold it. Clear?
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
In the meantime, if somebody can just check out what is the value of an call option of TQQ, let's say 20 strike price for last date of December in 2023. I'm talking about December end 2023. Strike price $20. TQQ or QQQ. Oh, sorry, TQQ. Yeah. What is the premium you're paying just now? Either Gaurav or Hitesh, or if anybody else is around here, or Prasad.
Looking at it, sir.
So that will give you an idea of the premium an option is taking. So is it worth taking an option or is it worth taking the index directly?
Sir, I am not
There is
getting a December. I'm getting a January 19th, 2024.
January?
19th, 2024.
Yeah, what is the premium there?
Sir, it's $4.50. So $450 a contract.
Yeah. Now the reason the premium is high because it's a very far away contract.
Right.
So anything which you're getting in less than $1, even if it is September expiry or anything less than $1 with a strike price of 20. I'm giving strike price only 20 or 25, whatever you think is appropriate. So if you keep it 25, you're talking about a 50% jump in your spot price.
So not that I can see.
Anyway, check it out. Then let's discuss this on our premium group where we are talking about it. We can discuss it there further on. All right. Any more questions? Anybody has any questions?
June 26th, $26 call is about $1.05.
For which expiry?
June $26 call. TQQQ.
June 23?
June 23, 2026, $26 call is about $1.
Is about $1. So that actually makes it a good idea to buy it. Instead of spending $17 on TQQ spot, it's easier buying a call option of 26 strike price at about $1. Or if you get lucky, you may get it less than $1 also. And that is the jump you're talking about. If the spot of TQQ jumps up by 50%, your options will jump up at least 20 times. And with no decay happening. With no decay happening. Keep that in mind. So that is the power of an option if you are going to buy the options over there. Clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody else? Any questions? Any stocks you want me to analyze? All right. Gaurav has given me MFC and IDEX. All right. So let's take weekly chart already at the super trend resistance of 2475. Right? If it breaks, first target 26 on a week chart basis. And if 26 breaks, the next target is 27 and then 2780. Yeah, this is weekly chart. Weekly chart looks promising. Why? Because of this. If you can see my charts clearly, you will realize this. Look at the consolidation happened on weekly chart at 2380 and 2375. And now it's breaking out of the box. So this will proceed further. Your crossover happened here. It traveled sometime over the 0 line. The CCI is flattened and now moving up. Stochastic has already given you crossover, but a very high crossover, almost at an overbought position. Right? But if this continues further, this can always be maintained at the same levels. So expect a small dip if required, buy back at 24, and then take it up again for a rally to 26 and further higher at 2750, 2780. Weekly chart. Super trend, clearly bullish, clearly climbing. Your indicators are all in one line. Your 8 is at 2416, 34 is at 23.02, 20 is 23.13. in the ascending correct order. What is above is your 30, this thing. Sorry, the 8 one is the highest. But right below the price is above the 8 moving average. And
So it can give support to the price also.
it will give support to the price. Definitely give support. And this is a weekly chart. And in the weekly chart, if you watch, look at this price be giving you support at the 8 moving average. Simple 8 moving average. Right from here, once the price has crossed the 8 moving average, it touches but maintains its level up. On the day chart, MFC is here. Again, 8, 20, 34 and super trend curving up and 200-day moving average below the super trend. 200-day moving average below the super trend is a very good indicator that the super trend will now rise. It has already started curving up. Right? So expect a higher momentum in this. Look at your MACD, the intertwining and a breakout above the 0 line. Look at CCI at 145, positive territory, stochastic, clear crossover 86.76. We can go up to stochastic of 94 and 100 also. So at that point, it will consolidate, but if the other indicators are there, it will stay like this for quite some time. The stochastic has been above 80 for quite almost mid-November to mid-December. That can also be expected over here. And look what happened from here. It started climbing all the way. It has climbed right from 23 and gone up to 24.70.
Yes, sir.
So the same thing can be expected to go further up. So the weekly charts, you saw your targets clearly. And this is super trend turning flat and now curving up because of the Friday movement in the Manulife.
Right.
And to insurance and financials, that is what will work now.
Right. And even the Thursday ka candle was sort of a clear downward price rejection.
Yes,
I think it's
downward
taken
price.
support from a moving average from the 8 moving average again.
Exactly. So your 8 moving average on a 1-day time frame really gives you the support. It came here, it gave you a crossover with 20, had a small consolidation over here, getting ready for a new up move in the market. So Manulife is looking for a up move in the market.
Right. So I'm already in this at 24.25, 24.25.
24?
24.25.
Oh, that's a good price. That must have been taken just on, no, not even here.
Yes, sir.
This must have
I
been
think it
taken somewhere over
last
there.
week of December, I guess.
30th December or around that time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 29th, 30th December, when you must have taken it. After seeing this red, green Maru Bazu, you must have taken
Yes, sir.
30th December only.
Right.
Lovely. Good pick. Again, 8 moving average, 20 moving average, and 34 were close. So you took a support at 34 and you moved up. A wonderful trade. Keeping very much in mind that the low was here at 23.71. So you only had a 50-cent stop loss to buy at 24.25, and you're already at a target of about 50 cents on this price, on this buying price, which is
Yes, sir.
quite a good return. 50 cents is approximately about 2% returns already taken in the first week of Jan. That's a good call, Gaurav.
Thank you, sir.
which was our next one?
Sir, IDEX, IDEX.
One second.
That's on NASDAQ.
IDEX on NASDAQ. And Sunita wants to take SQQ. Sunita, I'll just discuss SQQ with you in a matter of a minute.
Okay.
Why are you looking at IDX? Saying IDX? It's a penny stock. Gaurav?
No, sir, my the one I have is it's about 232 in price.
How much?
232.
That means I'm looking at the wrong code.
It's IDEX Corporation.
IDEX. IEX.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's NYSE. Strange. I have it on.
Sometimes Yahoo plays this being independent from the others. He changes the abbreviation codes.
No, sir. It's my bad. Actually, I have it listed incorrectly in my list. So it's actually NYSE. So my bad.
No,
It's not.
no problems. No problems. All right. First things first, super trend, though it is bullish, has turned flattish. I don't know what this company is into, but let's not color our minds, our color analysis with what the company is into. Let's look at what the charts are telling us, what the candles are telling us. First things first, weekly chart, consolidation happening at this level at 225. Very strong consolidation. On a weekly, 4-week consolidation happening at 225, 226. So low here was 224, 84, 226, and 225. The low was created in last week itself at 224.84. So anything you buy at 228 with a stop loss of 224 can work for a straight target of 241.
Okay.
Important thing, the last candle is the hammer, green hammer, downward price rejection clearly seen, low volume in the last 3 weeks. This can come up here. Your MACD is in the positive above the zero line. CCI is at 30, which is above the zero line. Stochastic is just about to give you a crossover. And so is MACD. If MACD can give you a crossover, before that, your stochastic will also give you a crossover. And this crossover, if this happens above the zero, your histograms will automatically come in. And that will give it an impetus and a spiral move upwards.
Right.
Even at this level, first target 242, 241. Weekly charts. Day charts. This is the low created on Thursday, 224.84. So which is why your stop loss is 224.50 or 224.75, whatever you deem it fit. Watch very carefully where your super trend levels are. 237.86. If this crosses, this target is not far. 245 is not far.
Yes, sir.
MACD, CCI, and stochastic, all crossovers given.
Right. And so there's a gap to fill in as well.
Yeah,
There's a gap to fill in as well. Yeah.
the gap is over here.
Yes.
$238 and $236, a $2 gap. this gap has to get filled in, and this gap actually gets filled in when this super trend gets broken.
Right.
Yeah. So this is one trade.
Isma sir, my only call out was that so I am not in this one as yet. I'll look if I have funds, I'll get into this one. But if someone takes it, one also needs to be careful that it has an upcoming dividend ex date. That's on Thursday, 12th Jan. So if there's any profits available before that, it might be a good idea to take your profits out, because after 12th Jan, there's a possible dip as well.
Yes, and that target, if you ask me, at 232 and 237 could be achieved by Monday or Tuesday.
Yes.
It could be or latest Wednesday before the dividend comes in. They will touch this target and let it fall down. And again, it will be a good entry price would be 224 or 225.
Yes, sir.
So that will be a box movement happening over here.
Right, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Anything else you want to discuss on this? Or shall I take
Nice,
SQ?
Yeah, let's proceed with this future, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Sunita, over to you. Over to your query.
Hi.
Sunita?
Yes. I want to take trade in SQQ. So this week coming, like it will be cyclical rotation starting and plus the CPI report. So I hope the SQQ will go up. So the price, yeah, SQQ. So what is the right price exactly? Like 48, 49 is the support. That's what you have given last week. Or
Yes.
50, 51.
48 or 47, 50, 60 is your though the super trend on a day chart is turning flat and currently at 48. Right? The last day candle is clearly taken off the entire week's trading.
Yeah, again.
And almost the low of the week. Now the rule generally is whenever a counter or a script that you're trading closes towards the low of the week, the next week will be opening bearish.
Okay.
Right? That's the first rule. Now, keeping that rule in mind, 48.10 or 48.05 is looking a probable target immediately.
Okay.
So if you want to trade immediately on SQQ, I would buy a put of SQQ, strike price of 48 or 49, 2 weeks away. Though I don't expect it to wait, but I'm keeping it 2 weeks away, somewhere in third week of January, to avoid any decay from coming in. The idea is I'm taking the price of 48 or 49 because super trend is there. Now, if, as we were talking about, TQQ going up, SQQ will fall down. So if SQQ breaks the super trend at 48, your lower target straight is here at 39.40.
Okay, 39.40.
Which also be, if you look carefully, in this zone here is your super trend, first red super trend support at 39 or 40. So at 52.4 just now, I would like to sell if I see SQQ anywhere around 53. I will buy a put of 40, 45 or 49. Third Friday expiry. Third Friday of January expiry. And if this breaks below 48 in the spot of SQQ, I will hold it for a long target.
Okay.
that would be my trade on SQQ. If you have any counter trade to this, let's discuss it. If you have any other thoughts, why am I saying this? I'll give you that another explanation also. You look at your MACD.
Yeah, it's cross.
And this MACD crossover happened somewhere over here, after which price went up and gave you a big fall down. Right? It were in positive, suddenly it turned negative. Negative crossing over, now expected to come to this level at least. At this level, if this comes down to this level, your super trend levels will get broken. Number one. Number two, CCI has turned negative, primarily after remaining flattish for quite some time because of the last candle on Friday. Now, this candle of Friday has actually taken a support at 51.15, which is the 20 moving average. Right, Sunita? Now, here, if you realize, Bollinger Band rules are also playing into it. Upper Bollinger Band, sideways movement, and then the correction to come and touch the lower Bollinger Band. If lower Bollinger Band is to be touched at 42.31, the target of 39.70 is not far away.
Okay, 39.70. Okay.
And
so we have to
PCI and clubbing that with a negative stochastic crossover. Stochastic is now at 62.6 and 72.15. Negative crossover has already taken place thanks to one large movement with a good volume of 127 million shares being traded on SQQ. Right?
Yeah. So triple Q and TQQ will be bullish at this time now.
Yeah, of course. So either you take TQQ puts or you take TQQ call, which is why as we were discussing, I would take a TQQ call because it is closer to its super trend breaking out.
Okay.
It is closer to this trend breaking out. Though the climb is going to be difficult, in SQQ the fall will be critical. But they are almost directly correlated to each other.
Yeah, TQQ and this one.
So, yes. And yes, you are right. Your first support is at 48. There could be high probability at 48, it could bounce back. But if it touches 48 and if you are on a put, that put would have given you good returns by that time also. If you buy a put here of, let's say 48, 49, a 2 week put, if this touches 48, that price will at least double. Your put premiums will double at least. So if you want to check out, if you have trading options, check out the strike price of 48 put for third Friday of January, expiring third Friday of January.
Okay, third Friday of January. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Right? So it will be worth it to see the price and you will get to know an idea what you can do that. All right. Anybody else has anything else to discuss or wants me to analyze any more stocks? Anybody wants to discuss anything, any stocks? I'm open for work or analysis.
Which sectors do you think would be positive in this trend?
Which sectors do I think will be
looking positive at this? I mean, at this juncture,
looking
if
positive?
you think.
All right. First and foremost, let me be very clear. I am not expecting tech stocks to be positive at all. Nasdaq looking weaker than your Dow Jones. So in the broader market, you'll have to, instead of going sector wise, Energy is one sector which could be positive because of the heat and the energy requirements by the entire continent. That's number one. Number two, OTT platforms could be important because you are not going to go out and go out to multiplexes to watch movies. You all will look at OTT platforms getting revenue generations over here. You will look at online shopping platforms like Amazon, which could be beneficial to you in this sector because of the snow and the winter wave. People would not tend to move out, right? So you can look at all of them, but I would rather look at stocks, be more stock specific, and see which stock has fallen the least in the last 1 month or the last 6 weeks. The stock which has fallen the least within the last 6 weeks or 1 month will be the ones to move the fastest now. If there's a bounce back coming in the broader market, they will move really fast. Does that answer your question?
Yes. How do you see financial banks?
Banks should, I've always been talking about the banks will be good in long term. They are as it is very good investments for long term activities. Banks should always be good because if the country has to grow, it requires the finances. The companies require the finances to grow. Where will they get the finance from? Not from the government, but from the bank. So if the country has to grow, if a company has to grow, the financial requirements for the growth will only be given by the institutions or the banks. So they will automatically grow. So banks would be a sure shot investment at every dip. At every dip in the market, a bank is a short shot investment. I've been talking about this for the last 1.5 years. Right? Any more query on that?
Thank you.
Most
Vivek ji, Prasad here. So
Prasad.
in financials as well,
Yeah.
how about insurance companies? Because I see the insurance premiums going up very fast. I don't know why. Nothing has changed in my life, at least, but my insurance premiums are rising. So would that affect the stock of insurance? Sun Life, any insurance company.
Life in the beginning of the session, and it will affect the stocks automatically. The stocks will go up. Insurance is like a semi-banker. Not completely like a banker, but a semi-banker, because they are sitting on premium profits, which they have to invest in companies. Now, look at insurance. How does insurance earn its money? Number one, from the premium it receives from the people and the companies that they insure. Right? Number two, they will have a large amount of premium money which gets redeemed or which gets which comes into the coffer, which cannot be taken back. That is sitting on a cash pile. How do they grow that money? They grow the money by investing in companies that have growth in future. So they also will be investing in companies which are going to be predominantly aggressive in their profile and making their money grow. So if their money is going to grow, their prices of the stock markets, of the shares, will definitely grow up. So insurance companies is like a bank. It's a semi-bank. It will also grow up. The general trend, Prasad, since you also are aware what insurance is all about, basically only 3 out of 100 people who get insured or who insurance policies are released, only 3% of them are actually encashed on. Balance 97% is money to be kept by the insurance company. So if that is the rule, or if that is the barometer of your cash income, you know that much money is going to be deployed in the markets, in the stock markets, in the bond markets. So insurance companies will grow therein. Answers you, Prasad?
Yes, you did.
Right?
So I
Thank
have
you.
one more question. I mean, it's a little. I use it as a proxy for putting money in a GIC or anything. There's a covered call utilities ETF called ZWU.
Come again?
It's an ETF. It's a covered call ETF. It's not really a stock or it's not a growth story, but it pays good dividend.
You want me to check that? Just 1 second. Let me
Yeah,
just...
so it's been flat. Is it a good way to put in money instead of a GIC? Which I mean, recently the price GIC is about 4.5-5%.
Of that ETF.
It's called ZWU.
ZWU.
It's a BMO covered call utilities ETF.
No, you'll have to just put it in the message because I can't see it here.
Okay.
ZWU.
Yeah, ZWU.to.
Is this the one?
I can't see the screen very well, but the price is 1172.
That's right. That is the price.
Yeah.
Now, look at this now. All right. Now, this is a wonderful chart to look at it very clearly. Let's see this chart. The low was here at this level, 1134. On recent low on 20th of December. Currently getting ready to break out from the super trend level at 1182. You're 10 cents away from a breakout. If this breakout happens, first target comes in over here at $12. After that, your next target is straight $13. After that, your next target is at $13.25.
Okay. Because it moves within a band, it's all about the dividend distribution it pays.
Now, if you look at the bandwidth, the band in which it was playing, you look at the weekly chart and you will realize that better. This is the band it was playing. 1187 and 1145. If this breaks out, now the weekly chart is very clearly 1210. First breakout. If this breaks out, next target is over here 13, or before that could be 1277, then 13, and then thereafter 1350, and then higher. But this is a weekly breakout of this chart. The box has not yet broken out completely, but expected to break.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, indicators on weekly chart. Look at MACD. Crossover done very close to the zero line. So the momentum may not be fast unless the other indicators of the market really boost it up. CCI is already at 36. Stochastic crossover already given on a weekly chart. So that is why this target at 1210 is a sure short target. Next target could be somewhere here at 1270. Then this target at 1310, and then 1350 and above. Right? But if you look at the day chart, the day chart is even more stronger. This is the consolidation, if you ask me, happening from here.
So I'm a long-term investor in this already. So it pays me good monthly solid, between 5 and 8% distribution.
At what price have you invested in this chart already?
Oh, I don't remember. It's been a while, and I keep buying once in a while, little bits, right? So, but it's a proxy for my bank account. Actually, that's all it is.
That's good. So anything above 12, this will give you a very strong breakout.
Yeah.
Anything about 12 will give you a very strong breakout. And this has been a box right from November onwards. November, December, and now first week of Jan. Pure box trading.
Okay.
So you should be a buyer at about, in the box at about 11.25 and wait for a breakout about 12.
Oh, I see. So it's 11.72. You think I should wait to buy more, right? At 12?
No, you should, if you want to buy more, your buying will now be only after it breaks out of the box. Don't buy it immediately.
Right.
Unless the funds are free and you can take that chance, because your low of 11.30 or 11.25 is already identified. So you're just 50 cents away from the low. So if you get it at a dip of 11.25, 11.30, 11.25, 11.50, it can be a better buy to buy, because 11.25 is your stop loss or the lower edge of your box.
Okay.
But above 12, the gates will open up for a large upswing.
Okay. Thank you.
Right? All right. Going back to Sunita, who is requested for Boyle. Sunita, is this the one you're talking about? Bloomberg natural gas, or you're looking at Beyond Oil?
It's Boyle, yeah, the natural gas.
Natural gas index. All right.
Yes.
At this point of time, I will not like to enter this stock immediately, though it is at a very low levels, very attractive levels. Look at this level. This level was there in
3 years low.
It was also there in this month around here, July 2020. This level has not actually, if you look at it carefully, let me take a monthly chart and show you where it, oh God, see that level now? Can you see this chart here, monthly chart? It hasn't moved above. So do you really want to enter this trade? This is a chart which is running at the same value, right?
No, I was waiting, like thinking the winters and all like may take it till 23 or something.
That season is how many months left now? 2.5 months?
Yeah.
So you really want to trade it for 2.5 months only?
No, I don't think now, because the super trend is downside, and I was waiting like if it gave a bullish economy, but like on weekly it is get bearish. I think.
Yeah, the weekly trends are very clearly in this account.
So it may come.
And I believe it must have had a price revision also. Otherwise, it can't drop so much. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look feasible yet to come. And the weekly trend is clearly down. And your price is below the 8 moving average. So the first time I'll think of buying this is when the price crosses the 8 moving average. Not before that.
Okay, when it moves up. Okay.
Right? Secondly, weekly charts. Look at the volume of sale. Last
tremendous.
very exhaustive selling happening. Look at the weekly candlesticks. 4 black crows, not 3. 4 black crows. Clearly down. So I would not like to touch this, at least not on the weekly chart. The day chart also. No, the day chart is also clearly down. The super trend has not even flattened. And even in the day chart, it is below the 8 moving average.
Mm.
So where is the chance of it getting uptick? Let the move cross the 20 moving average. But when it touches the 20 moving average, 8 and 20 will be giving you crossover. Then you can take a small rise up to 41. But
Doesn't it follow UNG natural gas?
yeah, come again.
Doesn't this follow the UNG? This is a ETF, right? This is a ETF.
This is an ETF.
Yeah, maybe it is following the price action of UNG, United States Natural Gas.
Yes, almost similar.
Yeah, maybe if the trend for this is, yearly trend, how is it? I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, almost similar.
Maybe. Yeah. So it could be that Boyle might have got a reverse split or something, and that's the reason why you are seeing that lot of.
Yes, highly possible. Yes, that could be the reason why. And the trends are all down, and all your moving averages are in the reverse order. When they're in the reverse order, it is good to stay out. Right? So let's take Sunita's Tesla also.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the day chart of Tesla. Don't look at the last candle, because last candle the market was completely in a buoyant mode. But flattened, dipped further, and again flattening. The last flattening on super trend is because of the last day candle movement. But the last day candle movement could not cross the 8 moving average yet. Again, 34, 20, 8, and super trend is below 20 moving average. Super trend is 133, 20 is 136.50. Right? You are at 113, 8 moving average is at 114. But again, sideways movement, falling market, falling, sideways, falling, sideways, falling, upward and sideways, falling, 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 sideways. What do you expect next? Sunita, what do you expect next? Let's hear it from you.
Like seeing the volume, and it will intraday, it may go a little bit higher till 120, and then it may come down as well because of
Yes.
the overall market this week, I think.
Yes. Your analysis is right. This last candle will use the buoyancy of the market, touch this level of 120, may go up to 130, but then thereafter fall down. But if you remember, somebody remember very clearly, we had told you 110, 112 would be a good place to buy.
Yeah.
Somebody remembers this? Done talked about the 2 weeks back.
Yeah, last week.
Right? 110, 112 would be a good time to buy, or 100 would be a good time to buy. What is the low of Friday? 101.
101. Yeah, almost.
So at 100, it can be a good time to buy. But if I remember my statements very clearly, after 100, the lower markets, the low of the market can go as low as 84, 85.
Yeah.
Right? The weekly support was at 100 only. If you look at this,
Yeah, the weekly support.
and then you all will be able to see it better. Clear? Now I'll
Yes.
zoom and talk about this activity here itself. This was in 2020, July. Weekly charts. If this low of the 84 gets 88 gets broken, get ready for this level.
Oh, 654.
55, 56 also. Or even this level here at 64. So you see that the gap after 100, 110 comes 100, after 100 comes 85, 88, then comes 64, 65.
Okay.
Now, with all of this in mind, keep one more thing in mind. What can happen on Tesla's front, because he is expanding fast into multiple sectors. So he is opening himself up for attack. The funds of Tesla are being diverted to other companies that Mr. Musk would like to acquire. So automatically your funding in Tesla will come down and the stock can become weak. So Tesla at this point of time, even on a weekly chart and a day chart, as you said, rightly said, was yes, it could give you a bounce back, but the bounce back is at 123, 125, maximum 135, and then come back down. So the ideal trade in would be buy around 102, 105, trade for a target of about 125, and again wait for a correction to happen. If 102 breaks conclusively on a closing basis, take a put and let it go down to 90.
Okay.
Right? Because then 85 and 88 are your next support levels on Tesla. Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
WU. So this you've done. This you've done already. Yeah. Anybody else? Any questions? Anybody else? Any questions?
So Vivekji Prasad here, this is my first time attending. I got the link a little late. Is this a regular Zoom you have, or how does this work, this group?
Yes, Prasad, this is a regular session we have every week where we analyze the week that had been and probably look at the week that is going to be into the future. So analysis of the week that was and crystal grazing for the next week to come in.
Okay.
So we have
The same Zoom link, is it? Every time is the same Zoom link?
Same group link, almost same time at 10:30 on Sunday mornings is when we have. Otherwise, on the groups, the links are shared in case if the timings are changed.
Yeah. Can you please post the group links? I don't have it. I just got the Zoom link. That's all.
Whom did you get the Zoom link from?
I got it from another group. Somebody posted it there as a forward.
All right. Then I will give you a number. Since Kamal is not on call just now, I'll leave you his number on the call. You can message him and he can add you to the group directly. So just give me a minute and I will give you Kamal's number also. Because, or else you can send me a message and we can add you directly. 1 second. Somebody can just type in Kamal's number on the group here in the chat box for Otherwise, Prasad, it's better if you can just go to the website, growmoneytrading.com. Otherwise, just one second. I will give you the number also.
Sir, I'm doing that.
Kamal,
Okay.
the number is +1 647 920 3361.
Vivekji, I
He
think I
has
got,
already given you- he has
somebody
already
posted
given
it
you the
on
chat.
the chat. I
Yes.
already joined.
You joined it already?
Yeah. So Zia posted it on the in the
Yeah.
chat.
So
So I
you already
joined.
joined it?
Yeah.
I don't see you joining it yet.
Really?
Otherwise, you have his number. Send him a message.
Okay.
That's his kind of number. Tell him you were on the call with us for this week, and he will give you the link to join the WhatsApp chat.
Okay. Sounds good.
Also, if you want to see the old analysis, it's available on the YouTube under the same Grow Money Trading.
Okay.
So you will get a lot of old videos, including some which we have used for training when we were imparting initially. So that you can learn through that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any more questions before I can talk to you about what we as the GMT people do? Since most of us know about it, and it is mandatory that even I talk about it also, so that people like Prasad, who has joined us today for the first time, get to realize what we do. Now, we are a group of traders who are self-learned or learned by experience or done through a trading. But 99% of the traders in the world market learn by experience only. As a group, and in which we all take pride of, we try to have structured a group, a course, which takes in a learner, irrespective of the age, right from scratch to making him independent trader using technical analysis alone. Now, technical analysis is a very vast subject, but we try to abridge it and bring in the most important indicators that are enough, more than enough for any trader to sustain himself and take his own trades. It's a 4-week course which we do for traders. Maybe initiate you right from scratch till all the strategies that we have just discussed on charts here. There is another 4 weeks exhaustive training, again done only on weekends, for options and future trading. So there are 2 different courses having different fees, different skill set, but the entire skill set is taught to you so that you become a trader independent of us. You can visit our website www.growmoneytrading.com. You will find my face over there as the head instructor. You will find Tahir as the lead instructor. You will find Aditya, Vivek, and Kamal as instructors and directors of the company. Kamal being the director of the company. We do not believe in overcharging and under-delivering, or overcharging and over-delivering. We do believe in delivering what is sufficient to make you guys independent. Most of the people on call just now, on the Zoom call, are our students also. So even if you feel free, I will not stop you from asking any questions to my students and let them answer on our behalf, or let them give the feedback if they so desire. In case if Prasad wants to ask any questions, I will not hold them back. Right? Otherwise, testimonies are available on the website for everyone to see and what we teach. So we definitely take a pride in giving you a structured course. I personally take a pride in telling you that if you are my student or if you are our student, you will not only learn technical analysis, I will insist that you also will learn a new language, the language of candlesticks, the language of price, which is very important for you if you want to be a good trader. Trading is all about a game of probability. You have to be taking a trade on the edge with the edge of technical analysis so that your probability of coming in profit is at the highest probability. That's what we talk about. So whenever we take our students, I don't call them students actually, I call them good learners, keen learners, because each one of them is a matured mind, a successful individual in his own right, in his own field. And if he's here again to learn, that means he's not a student, he's a keen learner. So all our keen learners, whenever they join a group, they are added up to our premium group, which is only a group of our students where we interact with each other. We are at call, available for them 24/7. I am based out of Mumbai, trading on New York Stock Exchange, as well as Toronto Stock Exchange, as well as Indian stock markets. Kamal, Aditya, and Vivek Nalavade are sitting in GTA area. Tahir is in Vancouver. So we practically cover the entire spectrum, 24 hours. Somebody or the other is on call, available to answer the queries on the premium group only. All right. With that, I will take a pause and I will wait for you guys if anybody has any questions to ask me. Aditya, if you can check up the YouTube channel, if there are any questions which anybody has. Aditya and Vivek, both can check it out. Otherwise, anybody else who has any more queries, feel free to unmute and ask us questions. If I don't have anything here, then all I can say is, friends, thank you for being on call. Thank you for spending last 1.5 hours of Sunday morning with us. We hope you have a great trading week ahead. We hope this was helpful to you. You can watch our recordings again on YouTube in case if you have missed out anything. And of course, you can message any one of us on group. We will be happy to answer to your queries. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sunita. You're most welcome.
Yeah, there are no questions on YouTube, Vivek. No.
Lovely, lovely. All right. So thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Zia. Thank you, Rajalashmi. Thank you, Sunita. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Prasad, for asking us. Nice to know that you were there. You can share your number on the chat. Possibly Kamal or Aditya will get in touch with you immediately. They can also help you out. Right? So thank you, everybody. Have a great week ahead. Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy. That's all I can tell you. And stay profitable, of course. That goes without saying. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, everyone.
Most welcome, Gaurav. Thank you.
Vivek sir, do you see the option to end it on YouTube? For some reason, when I click on it, I'm not able to end the streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, it is just going live. The minute we stop, it should end over there also. I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea for that.
Because Kamal has mentioned that.
One second. Let's do one thing. Let's stop this and go on a video call on WhatsApp. You will know exactly what's happening on YouTube.
Okay, sure.
Right? That will be the best thing to do. So I'll end the session.
Yeah.
Let's end the session for everybody. You have the rights.
Yep. Okay. Sure, sir. I think you can end the session, sir.